They're both kings of their field, one known for creating thrilling films, the other romantic novels.
But in a twist no one saw coming, M. Night Shyamalan and Nicholas Sparks have teamed up to deliver a supernatural romance thriller book and film. DC caught up with the duo for an exclusive chat to find out how this perfect pairing came about.
Gentlemen, it is great to see you both. Good morning. Nicholas, good to speak to you again.
Yeah, I'm glad you're having me back again.
And Knight, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Well, this is a match made in heaven that I didn't see coming. Who made contact first? Who swiped right first?
The typical Hollywood story. My people knew his people in Hollywood, and they came up with the suggestion that we get together. And
That sounds so artificial.
but it's very true. It was Howie and Ashwin.
I know, but it sounds so like we're like the Monkees, like the band that they put together or something.
Of course.
That's not, it was two people that knew each other, that were close, that said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if they did something?
Okay, so where did Remain start?
It was originally Knight's idea. I pitched a different story. That was the goal, right? We were each going to pitch each other a story that worked. Mine was a little darker. His was right up my alley, right? Love story. I'm like, hey, I think I could do a love story. I have some experience there.
When I heard this idea of us maybe doing something together, it just came exactly at the right moment. And I immediately typed out like a 5-line idea, and I texted it to my office. I said, and I had everyone on this text chain. I don't know if I told you that.
No.
I said, how about this? And I just put dit, 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 and they all were like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And it was one of those things that it came at the right moment.
Did you both study each other's works? Were you fans of each other before this?
Big fan.
I've never heard of them. No, when we were younger,
Right.
they had asked me to adapt The Notebook.
Why didn't you write me?
I wrote you every day for a year.
Because at that time, I was known for a screenplay that I wrote, which was a love story. So before all this stuff and before all the thrillers, so then they said, hey, based on that, would you adapt this book? At the same time, I was writing The Sixth Sense. And so I said, I'm writing something. So I don't think I can do it.
I see dead people.
So then cut to 25 years later.
Yeah.
Then this felt full circle.
I've seen all of his movies. He's one of the few, you can name him on one hand, writer, producer, directors that have lasted 3 decades.
And cut. That was awesome. That was awesome.
I find it really interesting when two giants of the industry come together. How do you work together? Tell us a little bit about the process.
I don't know. It was kind of magical. We're like super friends now.
Yeah, I can see the chemistry.
Very few people that I could look to as a big brother and say, what did you do? What happens? How do you do this? How do you get up in the morning and write for decades? It was very unusual. We came up with the idea together. Then I wrote a screenplay and he wrote a novel, but they're not adaptations or a novelization. It's just two artists interpreting the same story.
Wait. So you didn't finish one thing and say, hey, here's the book or here's the screenplay and go from there?
Well, I mean, I certainly saw the screenplay, but I was writing by then, and most of my phone calls tonight were, this is great, the screenplay is great, but this isn't going to work as a novel. I got to do the story this way. And then, which is great, right? It's identical twins raised by separate parents, I guess you'd say.
The book's coming out and the movie's done already.
I gave the book out to the cast, Jake and Phoebe, and both Knight and I are saying, okay, here's the book, but you cannot read this until after filming is done.
We each have a different interpretation of the story, which is really cool.
It is really cool. People can enjoy the novel and the film, and if people are worried about not knowing, well, will I already know the twist? I'll go right up front and say, I never said our endings are the same.
This is genius. So when are we going to see the movie Night?
October 23rd of next year, so 1 year from now.
Incredible. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, what a nice chat from
Lovely.
DC there. M. Night and Nicholas's book Remain is available to buy now from all good bookstores and online. Their film will be out in October next year.